A child is born, and we look into the bassinet and we say, she's perfect. Hi, this is Tony Agnesi. 10 fingers and 10 toes, 7 pounds of pure joy, wonderfully made through the miracle of life. You know, we use that term perfect, even though we understand that we're all human, that we're all not perfect, and that we're all flawed in some way. You know, for some, those flaws can be obvious. We're born blind or deaf with a deformed hand, cleft palate, club foot. For others, the flaws aren't visible. We look perfect, but we suffer from mental illness, depression, ADD, autism, bipolar disorder. For some, an accident leaves us flawed. A soldier loses a leg stepping on a landmine in the field of battle. A child is burned in a kitchen accident. Or a highway crash causes the victim to be confined to a wheelchair. These things can alter your life forever. For still others, we perceive these small things as flaws. We're too fat, too thin, too tall, too short. Our hair is too straight or too curly. Our ears are too big. And all of us, no matter how big or how small these flaws are, feels as though we've been dealt the wrong cards. We wish that God had dealt us a better hand. You know, but if we really believe that God doesn't make junk, then we're wonderfully made. Everything that God gives us is for a reason. You know, we're all works in progress. We're all wonderfully flawed. We're earthen vessels made of clay, molded in the hands of God. What we do with these flaws says a lot about our faith. Some people just can't handle flaws, but others, in spite of all the flaws, use them for the glory of God. The soldier whose leg was amputated motivates others with his performance a couple of years ago on Dancing with the Stars, overcoming those flaws and giving hope. That soldier is wonderfully flawed. The burn victim that visits a local children's hospital's burn unit to visit young victims, to let them know that they're not alone. That woman is wonderfully flawed. The successful businessman who happens to be blind, who volunteers to teach Braille to others and offering himself as a role model for success, he's wonderfully flawed. The parents of a child born with a cranial deformity who write and speak, form support groups, and are giving hope to other parents facing the same issues because their beautiful child is wonderfully flawed. The college basketball player that plays through her cancer diagnosis and squeezes every second out of a life cut too short, inspires others and leaves a legacy. She's wonderfully flawed. You see, we all have flaws, and we all have the ability to take the hand we're dealt and play it for the glory of God. We can be a blessing to others. We can turn our weakness into strength. We can turn our misery into a ministry. We can do things that you can never imagine. Why not take those flaws and turn them into a blessing? Each of us can take our personal crosses and unite them with the cross of our Savior, longing for the perfection that we will have in heaven. But for now, understanding that we are all wonderfully flawed. If you enjoy these reflections, we do 2 a week. You can subscribe or follow here. We enjoyed having you with us today. Thank you so much. This is Tony Agnesi.